Well, good evening everybody and welcome to the DDMM YouTube channel for a brand new season of the Club 100 Gran Turismo Sport Series. It is Season 4 kicking off tonight here on the channel with two lobbies yet again for this season. Ourselves with Lobby 1, the premier lobby here on the Double Dash Motorsport Media YouTube channel, and also Lobby 2 as well, which we'll be tuning in with and having a look out tonight. They're over on the DW Media channel. Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for joining, and thank you very much to our new subscribers. We've had a few already tonight, so big hello to Sam Taylor, who's racing in Lobby 2, and Toby Nichols as well. Thank you for subscribing, guys, right at the top of the order here today. Here's your new lineup for Lobby number 1. We've had some promotions and relegations, so regular viewers will see some regular names that they're used to. Ryan Sandel, Tim Clark, Trevor Randall, Jack Cameron Drayton, Luke Battersby, Mark Ridout, all returning. The reigning champion now, Nathan Maximin, looking to make it 2 titles on a shot. Toby Nichols, comes up and joins us here in Lobby 1. Kirith Kalirai, Callum Brewell, also returning. Javier Gorostini Turner joins us here in Lobby 1, and of course Super GT himself, Steve Alvarez Brown, returning for another season. TBCs, you can see on the right hand side, the Group 4s, everyone's keeping it very much under wraps, but it's the same story as last season. The first race will be a spec car, which we'll see in a moment, and the eagle-eyed amongst you will have already seen it on the thumbnail of what car it is for this season. And then a Group 4 car of each driver's choice for the second race of each race meeting. And everyone's still keeping those under wraps as to what cars they're using. And just to make things even better, we've of course had a big update this morning of Gran Turismo Sport, and there's been some BOP changes in amongst that. I should say as well, my name's Andrew Mather. If you're new here on the channel, great to have you along. I'll be your commentator for Lobby 1 for the next 4 weeks. Here's Lobby 2. As I say, that's over on the DW Media channel, link in the description below. But Peter Harris and Martin Robinson in that one. Sam Dimolo drops into Lobby 2 for this season. Sam Taylor joins. Tim Orangan, Cameron Briggs, Eric Mignon, Ollie Smith, Jay Elliott and Harry Neal are all in that one as well. And of course they'll have the opportunity to hop up into Lobby 1 for Season 5. That's what they're all competing for. And here is your calendar for the next 4 weeks. Fuji Long and Suzuka tonight, so an all-Japanese affair for rounds 1 and 2. Spa and Interlagos, 2 classic Grand Prix circuits, will be our hosts for next week. Dragon Trail, Teesside and Bathurst in week number 3. And then Brands Hatch and the Nürburgring GP circuits to finish off the season at the start of June. Right, I think that's about everything covered. Let's get into qualifying then, because qualifying has already begun. 6 minutes of it remaining here for the first race and the introduction of, for this season, the spec car. So it'll be the one that races first in each event over the next 4 weeks. It is, of course, if I press the button there, the Red Bull Junior. Very interesting car, this. And I've already been hearing reports that it is quite a challenge to drive in a very, very close field such as this. And clean aero on this car, of course. And slipstream's very, very important to do fast lap times in this car, and particularly around this circuit as well, Fuji Speedway. It's the 2000s, or the mid-2000s version, the Herman Tilke reprofiled version that we're on. And I've already been hearing some drivers saying that, look, when you're in traffic you may struggle a little bit with a loss of aero on the front, bit of understeer in there, but I'm sure this high quality field of drivers will get around that, will get used to it. And as I say, we're halfway through this qualifying session already. We're having a little look there at Luke Battersby, but it looks like the reigning champion from the 3rd season of this competition has started off his title defence very, very well. So Nathan Maximin leading the standings at the moment by less than 1/10 of a second ahead of Tim Clark in 2nd place. So there is Tim coming over the line. Slight changes of the teams as well, so not all the same partnerships as we saw last season. So we've got Tim Clark here racing for Team Blue now, raced for Team Yellow last season. Good evening to Greg Smith, who's in the chat. Do let us know who you are and where you're watching from in the chat, who you're supporting as well, if there's any drivers in particular, or even if you're just here as a neutral. All very welcome. Hello to Essa R as well, regular viewer. Good luck to all racing. I'm sure Essa will be cheering on Kirith Kali Rai in this one, who's out there at the moment doing some laps. So Tim Clark in second, as we say. Third place at the moment for his new teammate Ryan Sandel, with the distinctive helmet there. He's currently in third. The former champion, of course, won the first 2 seasons of the Club 100 GT Sports Championship, sporting the number 97 this season, having of course lost that number 1 plate to Maximin in season 3. Hello to Ari Haders, who's cheering on the reigning champ. He's there in the chat. Luke Battersby has improved up to 4th place, racing for Team White, and I think he's got a little bit of a maybe hoping to end some people's careers, because he's got Nico Rosberg on the side of his car. But Luke, of course, came in last season as a new driver and performed very, very well. Won a round of the championship. Could be a dark horse for the title this season. Good evening to Stephen Brewell, cheering on Callum as ever, and I think Callum's having a pretty good qualifying at the moment. There he is, teaming up with Kirith Kalirai, the Frey Bentos livery on those 2 Red Bull Juniors there. So currently the Team Green guys working together, and in 8th and 11th places in the order at the moment. And thank you, Kirith. He's arranged for us to tell the difference very clearly between those 2 cars, because one of them, in the hands of Brewell, has got the yellow detailing on them, and if I cut back to Kirith's kart, no pun intended, he's got the pink on his. There's Mark Ridout. He's currently in 4th place. Ran some very strong races in season number 3. Didn't always have the best of luck though. We'll be looking for a solid start to the season here this evening. Just looking at time remaining, a couple of drivers trying to just sort themselves out at the moment. 1 minute and 40 seconds on the clock. So anyone starting a lap now, this will be their final lap. Looks like GTP Toby's got himself in a good position there. Toby Nichols. He's got a good slipstream here behind 2 drivers ahead of him. So let's keep an eye out for Toby here. This could be a good lap time going in. It's still Nathan Maximin at the top of the timesheets at the moment. As we say, carrying on from where he left off last season. Thank you to Stephen Downs, who's just clicked that subscribe button here on the DDMM YouTube channel. Very busy week here at DDMM Towers, because of course we've got the GT Sport action here tonight. A double header at the weekend. On Saturday we'll be in racing action in the Club 100 Endurance Championship, of which you'll be able to catch up with on one of our vlogs afterwards. We released the Clay Pigeon episode of the Endurance vlog earlier this week, and then of course on Sunday we will be taking part in the first Club 100 Sprints stream of the season at Wilton Mill alongside Alpha Live. That's on Alpha Live's channel. We'll be providing the commentary for that as well. So lots of Club 100 action here this week. We're keeping an eye here on the orange cars going round to complete their laps. At the moment doesn't look like anyone's going any quicker. Trevor Randall, for example, is in the pits. He's running one of the best liveries in this lobby. We'll have a look at that later. Looks like Silver Arrow has gone up to 2nd place. Tim Clark there looking to get himself back onto the front row. 2nd row of the grid would be pretty good though. Good spot to start this evening. Checkered flag is now out. Ryan Sandel cannot improve from 5th position. Tim Clark, in fact, no, he can go quicker. He's gone up to 3rd place. So it's an all Team Blue 2nd row at the moment, but it does look like Nathan Maximin has got pole position for the start of this new season. Here's Jack Cameron Drayton, almost a veteran of this championship now. Around the final corner, he's moved to Team Red this season alongside Trevor Randall, aka Trevisio. Can Cameron Drayton improve on his lap time? He's the last driver across. He's 9th at the moment on the grid, and he stays P9 here for the first round of the 4th season for the Club 100 Gran Turismo Sport League. All UK drivers, yeah, you are correct, Ari. This is an all UK league. More by look than judgment, I'd say. I'd say if there's any international Club 100 drivers out there, and there are a couple, they are welcome to join this series. Qualifying has about 20 seconds to go, but obviously everyone's on their slowdown lap now. But there is your pole sitter, Nathan Maximin, VQS NM1M, another pole position to his name. Javier Gorostidi Turner, on his debut in Lobby 1, has got a front row, so that's a very good start for Shadow Realm Racing. 2nd for him, 3rd place, as we say, for Ryan Sandel, 4th for Tim Clark, all Team Blue 2nd row there. Mark Ridout for Team White in 5th place. But we'll swiftly move into this race then, this first race of a new season for the Club 100 Gran Turismo Sports Series. Here's your grid: Nathan Maximin and Javier Gorostidi Turner on your front row. Ryan Sandel and Tim Clark row 2. Mark Ridout and Luke Battersby row 3. Under starters orders then. 11 drivers ready to go here at Fuji Speedway. The lights coming on: 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Long hold on the lights. There we go. Away we are for racing in Season 4 of the Club 100 GT Sports Series. Good start for the leader straight away as Nathan Maximin chops across the front there. Defends into turn number 1 and will have the lead. Side by side already between Gorostidi Turner and Ryan Sandel there, fighting over 2nd place. The former champion trying to fight his way through into 2nd place, and I think he's going to have the inside line for turn 2. And does indeed take 2nd place. A good start for Ryan Sandel. The rest of them following through. Tim Clark up to, or holding 4th place, we should say. Good start for Trevor Randall. He's already up to 6th place from the 4th row of the grid. There's a penalty in there. I think it's for Luke Battersby. Yes, it is. So 0.4 of a second already for Battersby. Remember, no driver can overtake a driver in front whilst they have a penalty. They have to erode those penalties away. They don't have to use penalty lines like in FIA. They can, you know, just lift off the throttle a little bit, brake a little bit earlier, as Battersby's doing there. Oh, but it's contact between Battersby and Jack Cameron Drayton there over 7th place. Now Luke Battersby can go for some overtakes, but he's lost a bit of time already to Trevor Randall, who's running the early 90s, almost like a 1990s Ferrari livery there on the Red Bull Junior. It's got visions of Alain Prost's days for the Scuderia, as Luke Battersby goes back down the inside, retakes 6th position at the end of lap number 1. But look at this, Nathan Maximin is already clear by nearly 2 seconds ahead of Ryan Sandel at the end of lap 1. 20-minute race, this one. Alpha M Silver Arrow just behind there in 3rd place, but has a big penalty, 1.4 seconds for Javier, so he's got to erode that down. He's got 8/10 of it gone there. That's a good bit of work by Javier, but he's now got Tim Clark all over his rear wing. And Mark Ridout not too far behind as well. A couple of overtakes being attempted here further back. Kirith Kalirais had a very good start. He's up to 8th place from, I think he started 11th on the grid, so that's a solid run for the Frey Bentos driver early on in this race. He's got Jack Cameron Drayton trying to fight back though here, down the inside, going for 8th place, and that's a great move by Jack Cameron Drayton, but he's run very wide, and he may get a track limits penalty for that one if the game decides that he warrants one. No, I think he's got away with it. Toby Nichols now looking down the inside of Kalirai, but Kalirai fends him off, and Brewell's still there as well. I think we're missing Steve Alvarez-Brown. Unfortunately, Super GT not able to join us this evening, but I'm sure he'll be back for future rounds of this championship. Back with your leader though, end of lap number 2. Nathan Maximin doing a great job. We saw this form come to a fore at the one-off O-Plate event at the end of Season 2. And we all wondered going into Season 3, could he string a season together? He did do so, of course. Took the championship. It really does look like he is continuing that Season 3 form here in the early stages of Season number 4, Round 1 here at Fuji Speedway. Keep your comments coming in. Good evening to Tiger Tom, who's joined us in the chat. Great to have you back, mate. And it's a good race so far for the VQS team. I'll be very happy so far with this one. Let's have a look further back. Ryan Sandel is just about pulling away from Javier Gorostidi-Turner there in third place, who similarly, in fact, where has Tim Clark gone? He's fallen down the order. He's now in 6th place. Mark Ridout has got past into 4th place. So Marky Boy 92, the former GT Academy finalist in the UK, gains a position. Luke Battersby has got past as well. Batters Racing Co, whose channel link is in the description below. Not sure if he's streaming his point of view tonight, but do go check his channel out. I quite like this livery as well. Simple livery. It's got the Buckmore Park logos on there as well. Definitely wishing them good spirits. Hopefully we can get racing back underway at Buckmore Park very soon. In fact, Luke Battersby is all over the rear axle of Marky Boy 92 Mark Ridout at the moment. May have a go on his teammates here. Down into turn 1. Mark Ridout may have a whiff of a slipstream there, but not a lot on board with Luke Battersby now. And now you see the slipstream come into effect. Surely it'll be a very simple block pass down the inside for Luke Battersby. Can he get his braking right? Of course he can. That's 4th place for Battersby. Mark Ridout's not giving that one up though. Let's look a little bit further back. There's Tim Clark still in 6th place. Cameron Drayton now in 7th. In fact, oh, that's a very nice touch. Trevor Randall is even running with a Nigel Mansell helmet, who of course also drove for Ferrari at that time. So he's gone full hog with this one. That's a very good effort. We like that one indeed. There's Toby Nichols still in 9th place. There's been a swap around in Frey Bentos Racing. So Callum Brewell is now ahead of his teammate Kirith Calirai. So it's not been the race for Kirith that we would have wanted so far. He's currently at the bottom of the order. Still a lot of this race to run though, of course. 13 minutes and 40 seconds. No +1 laps, so once the time has expired, the next time each individual driver crosses the finish line, that will be the end of their race. And for someone it will of course be victory. At the moment Nathan Maximin is looking like the driver to take that. He's currently got a 2.9 second lead over Ryan Sandel. Sandel's pushing hard though. Let's try and if I can remember the keys correctly, which I probably can't because it's a while since I've done this. In fact, yes. Apologies, the keyboard's not working. I was trying to pull the lap times up for the individual drivers, but a 1:37.6 is the fastest lap time for Nathan Maximin. There is Ryan Sandel, who's got a 1.5 second penalty. Now, this is going to be interesting. So, Ryan Sandel's made a mistake because he's lost 1.4 seconds and now got a 1.5 second penalty. He's got Gorostidi-Turner all over it. In fact, side by side, he's not behind him. He's going to go through into 2nd place. So the former champion makes an error, gets a penalty, and loses 2nd place as a result. And he's still got another 0.8 of a second to go. So he may even fall into the clutches of Luke Battersby in the next few moments. But this is all good news for the reigning champion, Nathan Maximin, who's going to extend his lead now. Surely over 4 seconds, nearly 5 seconds for driver number 31. Keep your comments coming in. There is Sandal, still with that 0.8 of a second. Maybe try and move that penalty away as he goes through the corners. Straight line speed obviously very crucial at this stage, this area of the circuit. Do let us know how you're enjoying the stream. If there's any sound issues as well, I think the levels aren't too bad at the moment, but do let us know if the cars are a little bit too loud or a little bit too quiet. Another bit of time taken away from Sandal's penalty. It's 0.6 of a second now. Let's try and find where the closest battle is on circuit at the moment. There's Jack Cameron Drayton. Everyone seems to be a little bit stretched out at the moment, although I think Cameron Drayton has broken away from Trevor Randall a little bit. So let's stay with Randall at the moment. See if we can fend off GTP Toby Nichols, GTP of course, GT Planet. Wish those guys the best. Always good to see the GTP guys here on the DDMM channel. We go a long way back, even before it was DDMM of course. The commentary on the GT Planet Endurance Series back in the day. Something that we hopefully can get back underway when Gran Turismo 7 comes out and gives us that option like we had in GT6 again. But Toby Nichols definitely closing in on Trevor Randall at the moment and may have a chance here into turn 1. Let's go on board with Toby now in the nose cam, and Randall trying to break the toe there. A safe distance to Callum Brewell behind, so unfortunately both of the Team Green drivers being left behind, but Trevor Randall's got good straight line speed. I think he's going to be okay into turn 1 on this particular pass through, yeah, and holds on to that 8th place. So Toby Nichols knows he just needs to keep close now through this next sequence of corners. Quite difficult to overtake through this part of the circuit. If he gets the line right here coming through the hairpin, he's taking a slightly tighter line than Trevor Randall. He may get a bit of an overlap into the next heavy braking zone, but no, Randall's got a good run actually out of the hairpin. Will hold on to the position. Penalty for Brewell just behind. He's got 1 second worth of penalties to deal with. Still pretty much as you were up front. Nathan Maximin still leading this race. Alpha M Silver Arrow, Javier Gorostidi Turner in second place, continuing this very strong debut at this level. Raced in Lobby 2 last season. Lobby 2, as a reminder for those who've just joined us, is available here on YouTube tonight. If you head over to the DW Media YouTube channel, link for that is in the description below. You can see how the drivers are getting on in that one, who's starting their season well as they look to get promoted to Lobby 1 for season number 5. Looks like something's happened behind. Yes, battle between between Toby Nichols and Trevor Randall, and Nichols has indeed got through. So let's see if we can find the replay of that. Oh, apologies, that's gone back to the start for some reason. But Toby Nichols has now got ahead of Trevor Randall. Someone else seems to have fallen off because, yeah, the two Frey Ventos Racing cars are both up in position. We're going to stick with Trevor Randall now because he may have an opportunity as they run towards the heavy braking zone. This is where Lewis Hamilton and Felipe Massa came together in, I think it was 2008, and Randall's trying a bit of a dummy there to get back past Toby Nichols. Toby Nichols defends it well though, just leaves a bit of space on the inside for Trevor Randall to try and move, but holds round the outside, and Callum Brewell starting to come back into this as well. It's Mark Ridout. Mark Ridout's had a problem. So he was running up in the top 4, and unfortunately is now down in 11th and last position, so not quite sure what's happened to Mark Ridout there, but it's not good news. Onto the pit straight, 6 minutes and 48 seconds to go. Can Trevor Randall do anything about Toby Nichols? I think he may be out of the slipstream actually, because that 0.8 of a second gap is not coming down. Callum Brule is behind but has a penalty, so cannot overtake at this precise moment. And there you just see he's got rid of the penalty now, so now Brule can have an attempt at an overtake if he can get past Trevor Randall. Trevor Randall, of course, for newer viewers of the series, racing on a pad. Most of these drivers have sim racing wheels and pedals of various sorts, but Trevor Randall still doing it old school on the gamepad, very effectively as well. A former champion in Club 100 sprints, has won the championship at various levels over the years. Races in the heavyweights class now. Frey Bentos Racing just behind as well in 9th and 10th, and as said by Wimwe in the comments, not a great result for them right now. The hope will be, though, that of course they will have good grid position for the reverse race, and it was this stage last season in Season 3 that Sam Dimolo and Kirith Kalirai worked very well together and earned Kalirai a win in the very first reverse grid race of Season 3. That was at Monza for those who remember. Dimolo that day very much doing the Gandalf job, as we call it here on the DDMM YouTube channel. Held the pack up as Kalirai galloped down the road. Took a very, very good victory in that 30-minute race. Do stick around for the 30-minute race this evening. Still don't know which cars each individual driver is using, particularly given that there has been a balance of performance update this morning, so everything a little bit thrown up in the air. And this battle still raging on between Trevor Randall and Callum Brule, and Callum Brule really, really deep on the brakes there as they go through the hairpin. Is he going to have a run now on Randall as they go into the newer section of the circuit? This is where it's all been reprofiled since its time in the 1990s. Now again, Randall doesn't have to defend too hard as they go through Dunlop and through the turns 10, 11 and 12 complex. Turn 13 is next. And then this next couple of corners, which are really, really tricky because you're braking and turning at the same time. Car wants to understeer on you. There's been a change for 10th place just behind, by the way. Mark Ridout has got through and past Kirith Kalirai, then round Panasonic, Mount Fuji in the background there, onto the pit straight. Still, as they were, almost a bit of a DRS train without the DRS at the moment for these drivers. But Callum Brule is starting to get into the toe a little bit. Is he going to go for a late move down the inside? Yes, he is going to go for the late move down the inside. Is there going to be contact between Randall and Brule off the corner? No. Great, respectful racing. Whoa, Mark Ridout's all out of shape and nearly has a crash there coming off of turn 1, but has just about held it together. But this is a great scrap over 8th place between these guys in Lobby 1. Randall taking a slightly wider line through there. Oh, Brule's on the grass. Is he going to try and go down the inside into the hairpin? No, he's now got Mark Ridout to think about, who of course is trying to recover. Oh, and there's a 0.5 second penalty for Callum Brule, so that's not what he would have wanted at this stage of the race. Can Mark Ridout take advantage of this, slip down the inside and take that 9th position? He's going to have a look at least for it, side by side as they go through the chicane. Careful, boys, not to take each other out. And just about Mark Ridout has fought his way through there. That was some really good racing from the driver who raced in, did his full season most recently in what was the Clubman Sprint Championship. He's an occasional returnee to Club 100 these days. Loves his racing here on Gran Turismo Sport. That was a very, very nice move there for 9th place. Here is your leader, Nathan Maximin. We've not really talked about him much in this race. He had pole position and he has scarpered away from the rest of the field. 9 seconds is now his lead over Javier Gorostidi Turner, R4M Silverado. Don't think we'll be too bothered though about that, because this has been a very good debut race for the single entry from Shadow Realm Racing this evening. And the fact that he's keeping Ryan Sandel behind him, and in fact dropping him to the tune of 2 seconds, is a very, very impressive start for the promotee from Lobby 2 last season. And Luke Battersby continuing to have another good run as well. There he is in 4th place. Tim Clark holding in 5th, looking fairly safe at the moment. He's got 2.5 seconds to Battersby ahead, 2 seconds to Jack Cameron Drayton behind. Jack Cameron Drayton though is pushing very hard, which he's perfectly entitled to do. And this is actually, I think, is going to be one of Jack's best results in the last season or so. Good to see him there up in the top 6. Toby Nichols hasn't quite secured 7th place there, because look, right behind there is Trevor Randall, and is Trevor Randall now going to have a go and an attack into turn 1? He is in the slipstream, the gap's coming down, it's under 0.5 of a second at the moment. Time has now expired, and in fact these are on their final laps, so Kirith hasn't made it over, but Randall's looking down the inside of Toby Nichols. Early apex for number 27. It looks like Randall has got the move done, or has he? No, side by side as they come off of turn 1. Nichols will have the inside line for the next corner and hold on to 7th place. So drivers on the final lap. Unfortunately for both of the Frey Bentos Racing entries, they didn't cross the start-finish line before the 20 minutes was up, so that's why they're being shown as having finished the race already. But here is your leader. Nathan Maximin is going to start Season 4 exactly where he finished Season number 3. The reigning champ is going to start his title defence in the best way possible. From lights to flag, it's a victory for Nathan Maximin to kick things off here this evening at Fuji Speedway. Very, very nicely done indeed, and he's going to win by some 10 seconds or so on his first race in Lobby 1. A very good start there for Team Black, Shadow Realm Racing. Javier Gorostidi Turner finishes in 2nd place ahead of Ryan Sandel there in 3rd. 4th place for Luke Battersby. 5th place is going to be Tim Clark, followed very closely in by Jack Cameron Drayton. Good result there for Jack Cameron Drayton, top of Team Red. 7th for Toby Nichols on his first run in Lobby 1. 8th for Trevor Randall. They had a good fight there between one of the most experienced drivers in Club 100 and one of the least experienced drivers, at least in this series. There is Mark Ridout, who knows he's going to be in 9th place because already finished and having been shown the checkered flag. There is Kirith Kelly Ryan 10th and Callum Brule in 11th. But it's a victory to kick off things this evening for Nathan Maximin. Very, very fast pace for the Vanquish Esports driver. Just what he would have wanted to kick things off here this evening. We're going to take a short break here on the commentary, and we'll be back for race number 2, our 30-minute feature reverse grid race, very, very shortly. Welcome back, everybody, to live coverage of the start of Season 4 for the Club 100 Gran Turismo Sport Series. Andrew Mather from DDMM on commentary duties for you this evening. Thank you very much to those who subscribed this evening as we continue our push to 500 subscribers. Thank you very much for your support, and if you are watching and you haven't clicked the subscribe button already and you're enjoying what you're watching, it'd be great if you could consider pressing that button. That would be fantastic for us. Good evening to DW Media, who of course is covering Lobby Number 2. We've popped the link to Lobby Number 2's stream in the chat, so if you have got a second screen, by all means set that up on there. Keep an eye on how they're doing. Lobby 2 Race 1 results. Martin Robinson won from pole position in a sounding very similar fashion to Nathan Maximin in that last race. Ollie Smith and Harry Neal second and third. Peter Harris missing out on fifth in a drag race to the line as well. But as we move away now from Fuji, as I say, it's an all-Japan affair this evening, as we will now head to the practice session. Don't worry, you're not missing anything at the moment. The practice session for the second race. This is the choice race, so all drivers have complete control over which car that they pick, as long as it's a Group 4. That is the rule for this season. So with a swift button of that button there, we switch to Suzuka. As we say, for practice, there is Luke Battersby, who has gone for the Renault Megane Sport for his car of choice, and this is now locked in for the season unless drivers want to take a points penalty, which we did see a little bit of last season. I remember in particular Steve Alvarez-Brown, aka Super GT, started off in the Peugeot RCZ when we went with Group 3s last season and chose that, changed that quite quickly to the Chevy Corvette, which was very much the car of choice last season. I've also quickly revised in the break the keyboard controls, so hopefully I'll be able to bring up a little bit more information on the screen in this next one. There is Mark Ridout. He's gone with the BMW in plain white at the moment. That needs some red and blue on it in classic BMW M colours for next time. Tim Clark has gone with the Dodge Viper. So we saw the Group 3 version of the Viper being used by Ryan Sandel, his new teammate last season. DW Media reporting quite a bit of field spread from the RB Juniors. Yes, similar to what we had in Lobby Number 1 here. Ryan Sandel has similarly gone with the Viper. Mustang for Mr. Maximin, but it looks like we are just about set then for the race. Race number 2 here at Suzuka. This is the reverse grid race. So on pole position will be Callum Brewell there in the McLaren. Alongside him on the front row is his teammate Kirth Calirai in the TT Cup. Mark Ridout third, fourth for Trevor Randall in the classic Dodge Viper colours there. 30 minutes on the clock here at Suzuka, and we're expecting a bit of strategy in this race as well. Who can get a good start? Away we go then. Good start for our pole sitter. Callum Brewell will lead them surely into turn 1. Already a good start for Mark Ridout. He's up into second. In fact, Kirth Calirai is being swamped. Not helped by front wheel drive there at all was Calirai, and there's contact in the midfield. Good start for Toby Nichols as well. He's already up to third place. Fourth place Jack Cameron Drayton. But there is your leader at the early stage of the race, being hustled by Mark Ridout. It's a bit like the A46 on a Friday night at the moment. BMWs everywhere, right up the rear bumper of Callum Brewell at the moment as he tries to negotiate his way through the S's. Now up towards the deck of curves, and off in the gravel there is Mark Ridout. Can he get it back on circuit? Yes, he does, but he's going to lose a stack of positions there, being passed by pretty much everybody. There's Kirth Calirai back down the inside. In fact, yes, Mark Ridout has fallen from third place to stone dead last. Back with the leader though, still Callum Brewell in the McLaren at the front of the field. Toby Nichols trying to find a way through there in his black and orange BMW. This has been a good start to the race for Callum Brewell. And of course be looking out for the tyre information, which we definitely need to get on the screen. There we go. So soft tyres on for the leader. Is being hustled again now by Toby Nichols as they head towards 130R. He's having to go defensive into 130R. Toby Nichols isn't going to try and go around the outside, as he no. Just holds position. Whoa, bit of a squirm there from the 650S. Defending again into the Casio triangle. Little bit of contact between Brewell and Nichols, but Callum Brewell will lead the race at the end of lap number 1. Followed though by the two BMWs of Toby Nichols, GTP Toby and Jack Cameron Drayton. Let's go on board with Jack Cameron Drayton. Looking for a way past into turn 1. Oh, it's the contact, and yes, Brewell is off the road there. A long, long way off the road. He's just about kept it in control, lost a couple of positions. Well, let's have another look at that situation and what happened there. Yeah, he did get a big nudge from Toby Nichols behind. I think Toby Nichols led him back through. Yes, he did. Good sportsmanship there between those two drivers, but as a result have lost a lot of positions and a lot of time at the front of the field. In fact, backed with, look at this battle, nearly 3 wide as they head towards the Degner curves, and there's contact between Brewell and Nathan Maximin in the Ford Mustang there, and poor Callum Brewell is being shuffled down the order. He had a really good start in this one, but he's losing out now, and he's got his teammate behind him, Kirith Kalirai. Mark Ridout's trying to stick his nose in there and get up the inside. It's a bit like a touring car race out there at the moment instead of a GT race. Side by side between Kirith Kalirai and Javier Gordestidi Turner. Javier has also gone for the McLaren. In fact, let's just try and figure out what was happening there between all of those drivers. Now the replay hasn't quite gone far back enough, so we'll cut back to the front of the field. Tim Clark's had a very good start. He's up to 2nd place. Could this be an opportunity for Tim Clark to take a race victory? It would be a very nice start to his season. Didn't quite get going until a couple of rounds in season number 3. But has shown he's got the pace to be at the front of the field. We'll be looking to work with Luke Battersby at this stage. How's our fuel doing? So at the moment, looks like the front couple of drivers have used about a quarter of a tank over 2 laps. So we are going to see fuel pit stops here in this race. There is Toby Nichols. He's used a little bit more fuel. Ryan Sandel, though, has used less fuel than those ahead of him. That's a very good sign for things in the Dodge Viper. Keep your comments coming in. By all means, share the stream out as well. Let people know that we're racing here this evening on the DDMM YouTube channel. Very, very intriguing race being played out here at Suzuka. Sometimes see these reverse grid races get resolved very quickly with those starting from the back of the field fighting their way through, but I don't think that's really been the case so far this evening. Although, as I say that, what has happened to Toby Nichols? Why has he fallen so far down the order? He's fallen off the back of those ahead. I think he'd already made a bit of a mistake there, just as I say, between the two Degners. And that has left him in the clutches of Ryan Sandel, who is going to get through there into 4th place, you'd imagine. And in indeed, yes he has. So still leading at the front of the field. Jack Cameron Drayton, there he is in the red BMW. Second place for Tim Clark at the moment. Third place for Luke Battersby. Then this battle for fourth place. Ryan Sandel leading it at the moment. Toby Nichols looking to try and get back through though. Nathan Maximan just holding position at the moment there in sixth place. Wise thing to do for the reigning champion. Trevor Randall not too far behind as well. Kirith Kaliride, that BMW TT is strong. It's a very, very good Group 4 car. Whilst he had his difficulties getting off the line, it is starting to come into its own now, and his fuel usage isn't too bad at this stage of the race as well, as that's 3 laps completed for the field now. 23 minutes to go. As down the inside, move being done for fourth place. Toby Nichols fights back there. Very nicely done indeed by the driver in the BMW. Let's have another look at that one as they went down into the first corner. Lap time last time around, 2:09 .428. Obviously was on a compromised lap though. What are the lap times looking like for Cameron Drayton at the moment? 2:08.5 last time around. He's in the wall! Jack Cameron Drayton in the wall there, and he's going to lose a lot of time. Tim Clark is surely going to be right on the rear bumper of the BMW, and he's run wide in the hairpin as well. So big pressure now for the leader of the race. Can Tim Clark find a way through there in the Viper? Tyre wear not too bad at the moment for Tim Clark. Not much of a chance to overtake into Spoon Corner. It's a very, very fast entry. Double apex left-hander, but this is going to be an opportunity now for Tim Clark. Heading up the back straight now, over the bridge, through 130R. Can he set a move up going into the Casio Triangle? Luke Battersby being patient there as well in third place. JGS holding on for the moment. Through the chicane. So Javier will, Jack Cameron Drayton will continue to lead here as they go over start finish. 21 minutes on the clock. We're keeping an eye on in terms of, say we're going to have fuel pit stops. Just keeping an eye on that fuel and seeing for some drivers whether it'll go past halfway with 15 minutes of the race gone, 15 minutes to go. That will be the clear indicator as to whether we're going to see changes there. There is Luke Battersby, third place as we say. Doing a very nice job at the moment. Toby Nichols in fourth. Oh, big change. Fifth place. Maximin has got ahead of Sandel. So NM1M ahead of Ruswald there. Ruswald down into sixth place, and surely you've got to think that the former champion has got to fight back. Doesn't want Maximin to get too far ahead at the early stages of this fourth season. Through Degner 1 and Degner 2. Trevor Randall still holding position there in 7th place. But you've also got to wonder whether the leaders at this stage, maybe they work together a little bit more than they are doing at the moment. Maybe a little bit of bump drafting. Obviously not wanting to upset the penalty system, because I think they are starting to pull the leaders in. And there's still a long, long way in this race to go. There is your order as it stands. Jack Cameron Drayton still ahead of Tim Clark. Luke Battersby in third place. Ryan Sandel not looking like he's going to attack Nathan Maximin at the moment. He takes a slightly defensive line into the Casio Triangle. 4 seconds is the gap from first to fifth place. Is Maximin now going to be under attack? Yes, he is being under attack here. So at the moment, drivers not willing to work together as they go over start finish. And Maximin has used more than half of his fuel, so yeah, I reckon... Oh, now is that a problem for the leader? Was that the red BMW off the road? Yes, it was. Well, let's try and catch a sight of what happened here. Down into turn 1. I think it's an error all on his own. Oh, yes, he's caught the curb. And that's a big spin for Jack Cameron Drayton out of the lead. He was leading this race very, very well. And he's going to rejoin, I think, down in 9th or maybe 10th position. Yeah, 9th place, just ahead of the McLaren there. Well, that is a real shame for Jack Cameron Drayton, who had a great race in race number 1, finished in 6th place. Had fought his way through the reverse grid, led early on, but is now scrapping for the minor points there outside of the top 8. What that does mean, though, is that Tim Clark is now your leader of the race. 18 minutes to go. Tyres looking fairly okay at the moment, but the fuel, as we say, is going to be a factor. Teams are going to make pit stops in this race. Luke Battersby there, still in 2nd place. The Renault Megane, as ever, looking a very stable machine. And serving him well at the moment. A little bit deep there into the Casio triangle was Toby Nichols. We're just going to go and look a little bit further back again because there's a great battle going on from 6th place down. And we've got pit stop activity. So the first pit stops happening now. Kirith Kalirai and Jack Cameron Drayton both electing to come into the pit lane with 16 minutes and 47 seconds to go. Now, I imagine both of these drivers will take on enough fuel to get them to the end of the race. Here is the pit stop for Kirith Kalirai, and he's going for a change of tyres as well. Waiting for that fuel to go in. 30 litres were left for Kalirai, 36 were left for Jack Cameron Drayton. That's a bit of a surprise considering Cameron Drayton was out front for so long. Away goes Kalirai, filled up, and in fact has been jumped in the pit stops by Jack Cameron Drayton. 40 seconds behind the leader now. Apologies, I should have checked whether Jack Cameron Drayton had tyres as well. Let's see if he did come in for some tyres. No, didn't quite catch that. So Jack Cameron Drayton may have had tyres or not. Let's try and see on the graphic whether he has or not. He has had new tyres. Right, so that is both of those cars that have been in the pits on new tyres now for the end of till the end of the race. Let's see if that has a factor and works as a bit of an undercut. They have, of course, going to have to go longer should anyone coming in the next couple of laps elect to also go for tyres. Teams and drivers could, of course, not go for tyres. Fuel, they definitely need to take. They cannot get to the end of this 30-minute race without at least a bit of fuel going in. Tyres is another question. Everyone does seem to have gone with the soft tyre for this race. Tim Clark is coming in, so the leader pits at the halfway point of the race. Luke Battersby is in as well. Ryan Sandel stays out. Nathan Maximin has stayed out as well. They've still got fuel to burn, of course. Can still probably do 2 laps, and in fact Nathan Maximin is going down the inside trying to go for the lead of the race here on Ryan Sandel, and has got through. Very nice move into turn 1. Classic Maximin there. Puts him back in the lead of this race. Mark Ridout has stayed out as well, but look at his tyres. That is not a good situation for Mark Ridout at all, and he's also a little bit tight on fuel. I just wonder, is Mark Ridout going to be in trouble here? Is he going to be able to get around another lap? There is Jack Cameron Drayton. Now, of course, he is pitted and I think has benefited massively from the undercut here. Look at the drivers coming out. He's got past Toby Nichols. Is he going to get past Luke Battersby as well? No, Battersby's going to hold on, but that's great strategy from Team Red. Jack Cameron Drayton hops a lot of positions there, and it's good for Kirith Kalirai as well. He's jumped up a number of positions with that one. Has got ahead of Trevor Randall, and by the looks of things, Gorastidi Turner, and I'm guessing there's a Callum Brule out there as well. There he is. So he's a long way off the back of the field now, unfortunately. Has got a lot of work to do. Well, this is what we were looking for with the changes of the rules, the changes of the fuel acceleration, the changes of the tyre acceleration as well. Mix it up a bit. Put some strategy into these 30-minute races. And it's going to be interesting to see here what Maximin and Ruswald Ryan Sandel do on this lap. Surely they have to pit at this stage for tyres more than anything, because they will be losing speed on those tyres. 208.794 for Maximin last time around. Does he elect to pit this time? Yes, he does. Ryan Sandel is in as well, so his pit crew will be ready. Mark Ridout has made it in on fumes, it looks like there. But made it in he has. Now, let's see. Tim Clark, is he going to retake the lead here for Team Blue? The number 22. Through the final corner. Of course, doesn't need to pit again. Changed tyres. And it looks like he has taken the lead again here. So that's good work. And out of the pits, here come Maximin and Sandel. Are they going to hold on to second place? Yes, they are. So the number 32 tied liveried car holds second place. So their long strategy and maybe a little bit of clean running has helped them there, as opposed to those who went for tyres earlier. Luke Battersby still there in fourth. Jack Cameron Drayton has recovered really well in this race after his spin earlier on. Fifth place, sixth place for Kirith Kalirai. Still all to play for here. Evening to Essa, who's rejoined us on the stream. Hello to Al71B as well. Great to have you back, Al, on the channel. Hope you're enjoying the racing this evening. Thank you for your continued support of the stream. Tim Clark looking at a victory here. We'll switch to the standings there now that all pit stops have been completed. 3.5 seconds is the lead for Tim Clark. Nathan Maximin looking to put in one of those big laps now and pull away from title rival Ryan Sandel. Though Ryan Sandel's digging really deep in this race. The characteristics, of course, of his car compared to what he had in Season 3 will be very similar. This being the Group 4 version of what he had last season, earlier in the spring. Luke Battersby looking to secure more good points, but Jack Cameron Drayton, his single lap pace is very, very good. He's of course had a couple of errors, a couple of spins. There's a good fight going on here between Toby Nichols and Kirith Kalirai in bumper cam now with GTP Toby. Look at the straight line speed that Kalirai has there. That is why the Audi is always a solid choice in these Group 4 races. It's got a lot of grunt, and when it gets up into those high ranges, it really, really does go. But look at Toby Nichols. He's all over Kirith Kalirai now, but surely he's not going to have the opportunity to overtake through this segment of the circuit, through the S's. One of the finest combinations of corners you will find on any racetrack in the world. They're not completely out the game yet for that fourth place. If they can keep working together, Luke Battersby could be pulled in the latter stages of this race. Must remember as well that Cameron Drayton and Callie Rye's tyres are both at least a lap older than the rest of the field. They stopped earliest of anybody here this evening. They won't be feeling that too much yet, but maybe towards the end of this race. He spent a lot of time on a heavy fuel load as well. Will that start to be a factor across the course of the remaining 8 minutes and 35 seconds? Toby Nichols trying to find a way past the rival German marquee there. Next opportunity is surely going to be up into, well, I was going to say up into the Casio triangle, but he's got a really good drive through Spoon, was able to hold a tighter line. The advantage of the rear-wheel drive car there is going to be alongside Kirith Callie Ryan. Surely's going to be through. Will have the inside line for 130R. In fact, doesn't need the inside line for 130R. He's got the overtake done before they've even got to the corner. Toby Nichols is up to 6th place then. Back with your leader. Gap is coming down. 1.8 seconds is his advantage over Nathan Maximin. And this is also another intriguing tyre battle. Maximin and Ruswold made the long run work very, very well. We'll have the opposite to what Kirith Callie Rye and Jack Cameron Drayton had earlier, where they stopped and got the undercut. They've gone for the overcut, and we'll have fresher tyres towards the end of this race, you'd imagine, than our leader. You can see that visibly with the lap times starting to come down, with 2 minutes 7.156 last time around, and a new fastest lap of the race for Nathan Maximin. What sort of pace is Ruswold Ryan Sandel doing? Also doing 2:07s. Very strong pace from Ryan there. Tim Clark, in comparison, last time around was a second or 1.1 seconds slower than the charging Mustang. So this could get very, very close in the next lap or so if that pace differential continues. Just looking back to 4th place as well. Luke Battersby still holding that position, but look at GTP Toby. Toby Nichols is absolutely flying at the moment. He's closed onto the back of Jack Cameron Drayton, who we said earlier has been having a very strong race. This is where Nichols got the move started on Kirith Callie Rye. Can't do it this time. BMW versus BMW there. We'll just stay with Jack Cameron Drayton and Toby Nichols at this precise moment. See if there's a move into the chicane, into the Casio triangle. Famous corner, of course. Toby Nichols looking for the big dive down the inside. Elects to jump out of it. But great racing here in the Group 4s. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with these 30-minute races over the next 4 weeks. Battersby has to go defensive, or has to go defensive twice, in fact, on Jack Cameron Drayton, and they're nearly side by side, nearly touching as they go through turn 1. Great driving from both competitors there. That nearly ended up in a huge incident. Millimetres between the two of them. Let's have another look at that one. That was really, really close stuff. Down into turn 1. Cameron Drayton trying to go round the outside, not able to do so. Battersby holds on to that position, but we need to get looking at the front of the field because the gap is less than a second now between Tim Clark and Nathan Maximin. Nathan Maximin looking to make it 2 out of 2 straight away to kick off his Season 4 campaign. 5 minutes to go. This is a big job now for Tim Clark, not just to win this race, but to hopefully help his teammates. That's what Team Blue will be wanting at this stage of the race. They'll be wanting Tim Clark, if he can, to do a bit of the Bottas job and hold Nathan Maximin up, but for his teammate this time instead of against him. Battle for 4th place still raging. Oh no, mistake there from Toby Nichols, and he's in the gravel, and surely he's going to lose positions there. Kieran Calirai's on the inside. He's right there. Can Calirai get the power down out of the corner? He's going to be side by side. This is where the Audi ponies are needed, but no, I think the BMW's got the legs there, and GTP Toby holds on to 5th place, and there's been a change for the lead. At the front of the field into 130R, Nathan Maximin has indeed taken the lead away from Tim Clark. While it was feeling inevitable, Maximin was over a second quicker than Clark has been for the last few laps, and has made that difference count and taken the lead of this race. Will there now be a switch between the two Vipers, the two blue Vipers, to allow Ryan Sandel through? I'll have to wait and see. Hello to Martin Jekov, new subscriber to the channel. Thank you for clicking that subscribe button, Martin. Really do appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the race. 3 minutes of this one to go. Nathan Maximin looking to make it 2 from 2 here in this one. I can tell you, by the way, in Lobby 2, the fastest Pint, whose full name I don't quite have, so apologies there. But they are, I think that might be... well, Martin Robinson is in 3rd. Peter Harris is in 2nd place. That's how things are going on in Lobby 2 at the moment, our clubman class, as we term it. Similar to the old Club 100 sprints breakdown, when you used to have Premiers and Elites, and then Clubmans and the Open classes. Of course, Club 100 sprints returning to, well, streamed action on Sunday at Wilton Mill over on the Alpha Live channel. Myself, Andrew Mather and Howard Mitchell in full DDMM glory, commentating another season of the sprint series. It's going to be very, very close. Very, very good racing, so do tune in for that on Sunday morning and afternoon. And if you missed earlier in the week, we put our DDMM endurance vlog out for Adventures in the Endurance series on a Saturday morning. So after this, if you've got another 20 minutes, do go check that out. This is a great race still at the front of the field. Nathan Maximin has not dropped these two Vipers, which is very curious indeed. So the race not done for Team Blue at this stage. Looking very, very solid. I just wonder, are Clark's tyres starting to wear out a little bit? They are a lap older than the other two cars on your screen at the moment. It's Ollie Smith, by the way, leading in Lobby 2. He is, aka the fastest Pint, so Ollie looking for a victory there. And if I'm Team Blue, I think I'll make the move now. And yes, they have done. So Tim Clark yields the position to Ryan Sandel, but has he done that too late? Because there's now a second between Nathan Maximin and Ryan Sandel, and this is going to be the final lap as well, because there's only 20 seconds on the clock for these drivers. It's looking a little bit further back still. Luke Battersby holding in 4th place, Toby Nichols in 5th. Good late recovery from Trevor Randall, he's got up to 6th place. Kirith Calirai again, the master of strategy, has made this one work. He's got 7th place at the moment. Back with our leaders as they head over the bridge for the final time this evening. Nathan Maximin is mere corners away from kicking off his Season 4 campaign to try and retain this Club 100 GT Sports Series title in perfect fashion. 2 races, 2 wins, breaking into the Casio Triangle for the final time. He's got a good gap over Ryan Sandel behind him. Comes out the final corner and is going to take race 2 here at Suzuka. A fantastic start for Nathan Maximin. Ryan Sandel pushes him all the way there in 2nd place. Tim Clark, very good points for Team Blue. Finishes there in 3rd. 4th place, a very solid evening for Luke Battersby. 5th place for Toby Nichols. A very solid debut for him. Trevor Randall finishes in 6th. Good recovery from Kirith Kalirai after a disappointing first race, finishes in 7th. Javier Gordestini-Turner in 8th. 9th for Jack Cameron Drayton. Callum Brewell is going to be in 10th place. A tough evening for Callum Brewell. We'll be hoping for better luck next time in his McLaren, but he's going to come through here. Through 130R, a little bit wide there, but it's not going to matter too much because he's got a good gap to Mark Ridout behind. Round the final corner, Brewell, as we say, will finish in the top 10. And then in 11th place, and I think if in drift mode, we are in the home country of drifting, of course. Mark Ridout giving us a show here. May as well with a minute to go. He's not going to make it back to the finish line in that time. And someone's got to do them because the leaders can't do them, of course, because they've been locked into autopilot now. Oh, we're just going to sit and enjoy this. Always enjoy a little bit of drifting. And this is definitely the corner to do it on. Hello to Lorenz XY, 2 out of 2. Get in, Nathan. Very, very happy there from the Vanquish stable. VQS enjoying that one. It's a good job there's ghosting involved because the leaders won't get taken out by Mark Ridout. Still doing the deed, the rubber burning deed in the last corner. But do hope you've enjoyed the stream tonight. If you have not pressed that subscribe button already, whilst we've got you, please do so. We'll be back 9 PM Tuesday for the next 3 weeks for the other rounds of this season. Next Wednesday, of course, we've also got the return of the iRacing Legends of Club 100 and BUKC Championship. We'll be around Barcelona for that one. But there is your winner from Vanquish Esports here this evening. 2 out of 2 for Nathan Maximin. A perfect start to the season. Just to run through that result for you as well. There it was. 0.6 of a second. The gap in the end between Nathan Maximin and Ryan Sandel. Tim Clark, maybe a little bit disappointed having led for so long, but that's still a very, very good result. Good points on the board, especially for the teams championship. Not done the maths, but I think Team Blue will have a decent shot of leading that championship, leaving here this evening. Luke Battersby, as we say, 2 very strong results. I think that's 2 top 5s for Luke here this evening. GTP Toby Nichols, that is just how you want to start things, having got a promotion, moved up into Lobby 1. We'll be very, very happy with that. Trevor Randall, solid again, as always, there in 6th. Kirith Kalirai will be looking, I think, for improvements in the Red Bull Juniors in the 20-minute race, but that's solid points in the TT Cup, and that car's going to serve him well, I think, over the course of the season. Interesting to see, actually, that some of the BMWs did fade towards the end in that race. The 650S of R4M, Ram for Money, Silver Arrow, Javier Gordestini-Turner, in the end, getting ahead of them into 8th place. Jack Cameron Drayton, very, very fast over a single lap, as we said, but lost a little bit, I think, on the tyres, ends up in 9th. 10th for Callum Brewell, who, of course, had an incident. Well, he got knocked off, didn't he? He got knocked off at turn 1, I think, on lap 2. So I don't think that 10th place is really a true reflection of what Callum can do in that car. And Mark Ridout, as we say, finishing in 11th place. Just reading some of your comments. Thank you very much to Stephen Brewell, who's enjoyed the stream this evening. And I think we are going to wrap things up there. Just having a look over in lobby number 2. It was indeed Ollie Smith who won that one. That second race for Martin Robinson. Eric Mignon in 3rd. Peter Harris in 4th. Sam Dimolo in 5th. But yeah, we're going to wrap things up there, everybody. Thank you very much for supporting. If you're on Facebook and you don't mind liking pages, like at Double Dash Motorsport Media. That's one of our main areas for news and everything going on in DDMM land over the next few weeks, as we really do start a very, very busy summer for us from this weekend onwards. Instagram at @MM if you like your shiny pictures and all of that business. We'll be posting on there on Saturday morning, as we say, for the Club 100 Endurance Series racing in the Clubman class. Twitter at @MM as well, and the website www.mm.com. Right, we're going to wrap things up there, as we say. Thank you very much for joining here this evening on the Double Dash Motorsport Media YouTube channel. We'll be back for more of the Club 100 GT Sport Series Week 2, which is just as I remind myself, we will have another 2 races from Spa in the Red Bull Junior and Interlagos in the BOP Group 4s. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for your time. Hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll see you very, very soon here on the Double Dash Motorsport Media YouTube channel.